We are here at the Room Where It Always Rains monument in Barcelona. I chose the Room Where It Always Rains because I thought it to be one of the most interesting and complex monuments on the list. It is a sculpture created in 1992 for the Olympics hosted in Barcelona. It was created by artist Juan Munoz, made out of bronze and located in the famous Plaça del Mar in Barcelona's Barceloneta neighborhood. The monument features 5 human-like figures sculpted from bronze with rounded, ball-like bases, all surrounded by a bronze grated cage. The faces of these human-like figures are distorted and look somewhat distressed, in my opinion, and look as though they're experiencing emotion. We should note that while there are many figures within the cage and in close proximity to each other, none of them are looking at one another. The original idea was to have a water irrigation system be put in place, causing it to have a permanent raining effect within the cage, hence the room where it always rains. However, the artists faced technical difficulty challenges when attempting to implement this, and then the death of the original artist Juan Munoz caused the idea to be abandoned. The sculpture was designed to evoke feelings of loneliness and isolation despite being surrounded by others. The cage symbolizes feelings of being trapped in a space you feel as though you do not belong, and the melancholy faces of the figures inside create feelings of sadness and loneliness. The location is also symbolic, as the monument itself feels somewhat out of place in the modern touristy Plaça del Mar, likely on purpose to also convey the feeling of being alone despite being surrounded by many other people. Originally, when trying to draw connections to my home culture, I struggled with it, and there was something that was sparking something in the back of my memory that I couldn't quite place until I realized quite darkly that it reminded me of the Holocaust Memorial in my home city of San Francisco. This memorial is also a metal sculpture that involves a cage and figures behind it. Though they don't exactly have the same meaning, I felt disturbed and uncomfortable when looking at them both, which was a feeling I believe both were trying to convey. The spectator being on the outside of a fence or cage, and the figures being on the other side, visibly upset, were very reminiscent of each other and sparked a deep sadness within me. A second would be a birdcage miniature sculpture I had as a kid in my home. It reminded me of this not only because of the obvious, it being a cage, but it was also a floating cage where the little birds looked like they were flying in air, but they were enclosed. So not only is it reminiscent of the cage itself, but also because the message of being alone in public and the illusion of being able to fly free without being enclosed gave me a similar feeling. Overall, I think this is a beautiful monument, however sad, and I believe it does a wonderful job at conveying the emotions that it chooses to. Thank you for watching.